Okay, in this video lesson, what we're going to do is take a look at what we need to do to modify the level editor that we created earlier so that it will support mana potions.
Cool.
Basically, we need the ability to go in there and place our own mana potions anywhere in a level
Right.
where we want them. And of course, we need to be able to keep track of that so that from level to level, the potions are where they're supposed to be. And believe it or not, this is going to be really easy, Zach. All we need to do
It's always good to hear.
All we need to do is go in there and import our bitmap into our resource file, the little potion thing that you created for us earlier.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next thing is simply do some copying and pasting because we're going to really use what's already in place. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at this real quick. For the level editor, let's come over here, compile, and run it. Just as a reminder to everybody what the level editor looked like, we have the ability to create our walls, our player, and our evil monkey. Then we have an eraser so that we can start erasing things back out of our draw area. Okay, so in this case, what I want to do is I want to add one more little toolbar icon between these two guys right here that's going to have a little potion on it. I'm going to click the potion, drag out here, it's going to draw potions.
Cool.
So everybody remembers what this looks like now. Let's go ahead and close that out. So first thing I need to do, let's go ahead and import this bitmap. So we'll come over here to our resources and up under monkeys, let's go ahead and open this up just so everybody can see it come in. I'm going to simply right click, add a resource, come over here to import, and the resource I want to add is going to be this potion tile that you've created for us. Ah, look at that thing. Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah,
It's got
awesome.
some fire going on inside. I dig it. Of course, at the moment, one of the problems we have is look at its name. Things like empty tile, enemy tile, fireball tile, things like that, or fireball. I did say it right.
You did. You're fine.
Yes, it's late.
Yeah.
These things make sense, right? IDB underscore bitmap1 doesn't really make sense. So let's go ahead and just simply select that and hit F4, and we'll change the name here. And if you guys remember from the previous lessons, basically we'll put it inside of quotes, and it will be, let's call it potion tile, just to conform to the naming convention we're using over here.
Cool.
So potion tile, we'll go ahead and hit enter. You'll notice now that it says potion tile. And in regards to the level editor, you'll notice we did this up under the resource file for evil monkeys. But since the level editor is using the evil monkeys resource file, if we jump down here, you'll notice that we have potion tile already in place.
Very nice.
So that's now out of the way. So we can go ahead and close this, and let's come back over here to our Solution Explorer. So first thing, the header file. We need to make a couple changes inside the header file. Very first thing, if we come down here to our enum for our toolbar IDs, we now need to be able to identify our potion toolbar icon. So like I said a second ago, I want this to exist between enemy and erase. So let's just go ahead and jump down here and say TLB, make sure I don't spell anything wrong there, underscore potion, comma. So that's out of the way. Let's come down here to tile IDs. Obviously I need to be able to recognize the specific tile. So right after enemy, comma, come on down, and this is going to be tile underscore potion, like such. So that's out of the way. We're almost there. There's really just one more thing that needs to be changed inside the header file, and that is our items array that holds wxBitmaps. And the bitmaps that they hold currently are the tile, empty, wall, player, and enemy. So there's 4 different things that it holds. So let's go ahead and come on down here to the private area. So right there, and hunting. There we go. wxBitmaps items holds 4. We now need it to hold 5 so that it can accommodate our mana potion.
Right, room for one more.
That's right. So now that that's in place, header file's looking good. Let's go ahead and head over to appframe.cpp file, and in here, this is where we're going to need to make a few more changes, a little bit more involved in the header file. But the nice thing is it's basically copy and paste.
And a lot of it.
And a lot, not too much of it, really. It just may seem like a lot. So first off, let's go ahead and start out inside our constructor. So we'll just go ahead and cruise on down, and here's where we created our series of image variables, basically our wall image, player image, enemy image, between enemy and eraser. This is where I want to go in here and go ahead and create. So I'll copy, paste, hit enter.
So these are the images that go in the toolbar.
Yes. And we have to do this first, and I'm sure everybody remembers this from watching the level editor design video, if you will. But this first section right here is really responsible for taking the image, bringing it in, and scaling it down to the size that we need on the toolbar. Because the toolbar icons, of course, are smaller than what you're going to see in the main draw area.
Sure.
So, potion, and I'm just for good practice here, I'm going to copy that, and we'll go ahead and paste, and paste.
So we're just replacing enemy with potion.
That's right. And outside of that, it's all the exact same thing. So that looks good. So now that we have the image, let's go ahead and come down here and let's see, what do we know? Not that guy. Toolbars. Let's go ahead and add this. So we'll add a radial button between enemy and erase. So let's go ahead and come over here and copy and paste. And this guy is going to be TLB potion. Thank you, sir. Like such. And we'll say it's like something like place potion. Place mana potion if you're going to have more than one potion.
Right.
There. So place potion. Like such. Okay, so now that that's in place, what else do we want to do? All looking good, looking good. I'm just kind of scanning the code right now. No real reason here for notes because it's all pretty straightforward. So here we are again. We're now reassigning wall image, player image, enemy image. This time we're reassigning it with the images where they have not been scaled. So they're still left at their native 32 by 32. And this is going to be so that we can then populate the items array with these images so that we're then ready to pull from that array when we need to draw the images on the screen,
okay,
the main draw area. So after the enemy image here, let's go ahead and just simply grab those lines and we'll paste them. And same thing as a second ago. Let's go ahead and, I'm just kidding, type potion. I forgot I had that on the clipboard. My memory lasts for about half a second.
That's
and
okay.
Potion,
you're talking a lot.
And potion. And
capital
potion with a capital P. And one final potion. Again, same exact thing. We're simply just converting it over to an image for just a second so that we can set the mask color to white and then bringing it back over as our bitmap. So
now you need another spot in that array.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and come down here, grab this guy, and paste, and we'll say set it at 4. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different items in the array, and we'll simply change this to potion bitmap like such. Okay, looking pretty good. So now that that's out of the way, we're really, really close. So we now need to worry about the updating of the view. So in other words, when you select that particular potion button icon on the toolbar, what are you going to draw on the screen? And when the screen is refreshed, of course, what's going to get drawn? So real simple. What we need to do is just come down to the update view function. So it's on down.
So basically when you select the tool and click on the mouse.
Yeah, well, we're going to get the, when you actually click in a minute, this is when the screen gets redrawn.
Oh, I gotcha. Cool.
So update view, here we go. And inside update view, it's really simple. It's just a matter of coming down here, and right there where we're checking to see if the item is greater than or equal to 0, in other words, an empty tile, or less than or equal to 3, so 0, 1, 2, 3, it's our 4 different things, so it's going to be an enemy. Well, we need to go ahead and expand that to 4 now, so now it supports the potion. And with that out of the way, now let's go ahead and do the thing you were just talking about, where when you actually left-click and put something on the screen. So with that, we'll just come all the way down to the mouse area. So some on motion, here we go. So on left mouse, and so what happens now when you click the left button? Well, real simple. Right here, basically, if the toolbar is erase, wall, player, enemy, well, we've got one more now. So, oops, let's go ahead and just simply copy these 2 lines and paste. And if TLB potion, like such, then tile potion.
This is looking really easy.
And that's it. Believe it or not, that's all we have to change to update the editor, so it's now going to both show the mana potion icon in the toolbar and actually support adding mana into your level.
Wow.
So let's go ahead real quick and come up here and rebuild the entire solution, just so that we don't have anything funny happen, and then we have to come up there and rebuild it anyways.
You never know.
So it's going to give it just a second. But notice how it was really cool. I didn't have to go into the on-save and on-load functions and change all of that. It's just this data that we're saving. That's all there is to it. You know, we save out the level and what's on each row and what's on each column. We just save out a number.
Yeah, so the on-save doesn't, they don't really care what data they're receiving.
That's
so they can plug as many things as you want into
So
them.
we just have to basically change our draw engine around just a tad bit to make sure we're drawing the right thing back.
Awesome.
So you'll notice that everything compiled just fine.
No
so let's
errors.
go ahead.
Congratulations.
And, thank you. Run it, and ha-ha, looks like I made a mistake somewhere with the particular icon.
You forgot to rename something to potion.
Yes, leave it to me. So let's go ahead and cruise all the way back up here to where we're first creating and scaling these guys, and coming down here to enemy, to potion, and hunting in here, potion, 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 and oh, I know, it's going to be where we add it. So add potion, here we go.
Enemy bitmap.
Yes, leave it to me.
Hello.
Okay, so that's good, making sure nothing else is in there. So let's go ahead and compile real quick one more time and execute it, and now everything will work great. So basically I said use the wrong particular thing. Like I said, sometimes you're going to get funniness when we make these changes and it hasn't gone and rebuild every single thing since we've opened this back up. So let's just come back up here, rebuild the solution real quick. This will come back just fine, and at that point we'll be in great shape. Run it, and we'll see.
Cool.
So yeah, very easy mistake to make when you do the old copy and paste.
Yeah, when you're
method.
copying and pasting so much, it's easy to overlook things.
For sure. So here we come. And almost there. It's so close. Oh,
Need compiling music.
And like I said, this time it would be just fine. So let's go ahead and Control F5 to run it, and
there's the
look
potion.
at that. So let's go ahead and look at our Place Potion Tooltip. So File, let's go ahead and make a new package, and we'll make this a 15 by 15. And let's go ahead and, I don't know, maximize it out for a minute, and we'll draw some walls, because we like our walls, and a little center area.
I like those walls, too.
And then we put a little player in there, and then we'll put a little monkey over here. And now we can select our mana potion. And we'll drop one, right there, and right there, and maybe even right there.
Kind of cheating.
So now we are cheating. So let's go ahead and file. Go ahead and do a new level. So again, let's go ahead and assign it. We'll just stick with 15 by 15. I don't know what it is. I seem to like that number a lot. So this one's going to have a super exciting thing. There you go. Mighty scary. There we go. And we've got our player who's got to work his way through this jungle of tiles. And we'll come down here and we'll do a couple monsters. And again, potions. And now we've just added 2 this time around. So if I go back, look at that. It still has the same configuration that we had earlier. Go forward, same configuration earlier. Now if I come up here to File and I save out the package, and we'll call this Potion Example, like such. And File, do a new package of 10 by 10. Now let's come up here and say File, Load, and we'll load in Potion Example. And look at that.
Very
Load
cool.
it in just fine. Move over one, just fine. So beautiful.
Awesome.
Not much to it. But now, of course, if we were to take this package that we just saved out and load it over into our game, it's not going to be good. Because the game is not yet designed to handle these potions.
Right.
So now we've got to go over and take a look at what needs to be done to the Evil Monkeys game itself so that it can accommodate this new information we're going to be sending it.
Well, let's do it.
So with that, that's going to wrap up this lesson.